Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think I turned the microphone off. How are you?
I'm good.
Sounds like you were
Getting there, I
sleeping.
think.
Were you sleeping?
No. I was laying down.
So how's your health?
Oh, according to the doctors, everything is moving along. I'm recovering pretty well. I get my moments. I have my days. But everything is normal now, I guess.
You're home?
Yeah, I'm home. I've been
Are you-
home for 3 weeks now. I think
Are
the,
you wor-
the operation was 3 weeks ago.
Are you working? Or
I
you
was in the hospital for. Let me see. I was in the hospital for a week. Then I had a slight complication, went back, and then was released right after.
Have you gone back to work and everything?
No, I just saw my surgeon this past Monday, and he'd got me out for the next 2 months.
Really?
Wow.
That's a long
Yeah,
time.
he says even though I'm doing well and I'm I'm pretty much ahead of the game when it comes to recovery, I'm still not mending on the inside, and he doesn't want me to take any chances. Even though it's a desk job and everything, I get tired very easily. I mean, I can wake up in the morning, do my morning routine of shower or whatever, and then I am exhausted. It feels like my whole day is just like gone. And he said when I feel like that I need to sit down or lay down, I have to have my feet up. He says, don't fight it. He's like, if you feel like you want to go to sleep, then do it. He's like, your body went through a lot. I was in surgery for 5.5 hours. So it was major surgery. I didn't think it was going to be that major. But they found things that, like when they went in me, they found things that they didn't see on the test. I had a hernia, which I never even knew about. So, I mean, even though I'm up and I'm about, he just doesn't want me taking any chances.
It's a long time. Okay, well, listen. You got to do what the doc says.
What does your boss have to say? I mean, is he being as supportive as he was? Will
I'm
you
not
be able...
happy.
Well, I mean, do you think you'll have a job when all this is over?
I don't know. And I know I should be thinking that, but right now I can't. My main thing is to
Just
get
getting
better and
right.
get stronger so I can go back to work, whether it's that job or another job. I'm hoping that they're going to be supportive. I mean, they have been, but I estimated that I was going to go back to work the beginning of April, and I had told that to them. I said, I'm being operated on March 25th. I should be back by April 6th. But the doctor was like, no. He's like, yeah, you feel confident about it. He says, but I can't release you. He's like, I won't release you. He says, God forbid something happens. He says, not complaining, but you're saying how tired you are. And I mean, the other day, I don't know, I think it was like not even 12 o'clock, and I was, literally exhausted. And I also have still a pain on my side, which I told him about. And he said, that's where majority of the surgery was. He says, you're going to feel that. He says, it's going to take time. He says, no matter how old you are, he's like, it has nothing to do with age. He says, it's you, the individual. because it just takes time to heal. And I was like, all right, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Fight him? I mean, he practically saved my life pretty much.
Sounds
so I'm going to
like
listen to
well,
what
obviously,
the
and
doctors tell me.
what he doesn't want to see is he doesn't want to see you go back to work and maybe pass out at the job,
Exactly.
What do you, our topic today is the importance of Israel in the world. Politically, religiously. I don't know if you want to discuss that at all, or you want to just talk about your health and then go back to the rest.
Well, there's really not much to talk about my health. I will say one thing. All the doctors, my GI, my surgeon, and even my urologist, when they sat me down, they all agreed and said that I'm a medical mystery. Because of everything that was in me, and they were like shocked because I had no symptoms, never complained about it, never had any pain, and the fact that they had to do this procedure, they said, you're lucky to be alive. They
well,
said,
you have that in common with Felix. Felix's obstetrician said the same thing about him.
Now, it's true.
He said he's a miracle mystery.
Went into some kind of infection and probably would have died.
Oh
boy.
Yeah, you probably would have gotten sepsis.
Yeah, which they thought right before right before I went into surgery, I had went into the hospital the second round, and they had me isolated because they thought that I had some kind of they said C. diff or something. They thought that I went septic. So the doctors all said, they were like, if you any given amount of time, if you would have waited, they said you would have something would have definitely happened. So I count my blessings that I did it when I did it.
Well, since this is our religious show, it just goes to prove that God moves in mysterious ways, His wonders to perform.
He sure does. He definitely enlightened me. Something enlightened me after this surgery. I mean, there's been changes the past 3 weeks that, it's like I don't really care anymore about anything but my health. Like, I used to put people ahead of me and help someone before I'd help myself. No, that's not the case anymore. I come number one now.
I have to tell you, I worked with an assistant principal whose wife subsequently passed away from leukemia about 20 years ago, thereabouts. And, he used to go from work. He used to go into the city. She was at where Mary was. She was at the Presbyterian. And, he said, you listen to teachers complain about the day or whatever. He said, that's Mickey Mouse bullshit. He said, the real world is outside these doors. He says, when you leave here, people have such problems, and it's true. We stress over minutia, and this goes to everybody. We stress over minutia, and it's like the important stuff is we almost dismiss the important stuff. It escapes us until finally something happens and we really have to think about it. I mean, I can sit here and joke. I can sit here and joke the way I do, simply to pass time and to put people at ease, but the bottom line is a lot of heavy shit going on out there, and
there certainly is. It certainly is. It's so true. I just, I think what happened to me was pretty much a wake-up call to say, there's only one person that I will put in front of me right now, and that's my little girl. And I count my blessings and thank God that I got through what I got through, and I'm able to get better so I can be there for her. Because I don't know what life is like before her. I really don't. Yeah, I'm getting better. It's taking time. I don't look back anymore at anything. It's time to look forward and push forward and
Always
get
Always
stronger
look forward.
and be there for her
Always look forward.
and nobody else.
Well, that is your life right now, so you have to take care of it, you and your daughter.
Right. And I still, I need help still with that, and I'm getting help. I'm very shocked that a certain somebody has been there the past couple of weeks. And there are things that now have been put on the back burner that I wanted to do, but I just can't do right now, or maybe psychologically I don't want to do it right now. But you can't predict the future. You don't know what the future holds for you.
Nobody has a crystal ball.
Exactly. And I'm not going to live my life to know or think what the future is going to hold. I'm just going to let it come to me. When it does, and whatever happens, and that's it. One of the things that also happened during this time is I lost a lot of weight, which is a good thing. Not that I wasn't heavy, I wasn't this big, heavy person, but I guess with everything that they took out and being in the hospital, like, listen, you don't eat when you're in the hospital, but my appetite has changed drastically too. I don't eat as much. I don't have the desire to eat as much, and the doctor said that's okay. But
as long as you keep your strength
like 20
up.
Pounds. So, and people see it. They look at me and they say, you lost weight. And it's like, okay, thank you. I think I just was in the hospital. You do lose weight. But usually you gain weight after like the 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And I haven't. If anything, I'm losing more weight. I'm not, I'm not complaining about that or anything. But again, think my whole life has changed now. My routines have changed, and I'm looking ahead saying, I'm coming on top this time. I'm not worrying about anything else or anybody else. It's me, me, me.
I understand. Okay. Mark, any words of wisdom?
No, I've already said what I had to say. Yeah, we've been talking while she's talking,
I did get a present while I was in the hospital. A nice present. Got a brand new car out of this whole deal.
How'd you get a brand new car?